What's going on, guys? Boss6 here, back to another video, and today, here to give you guys yet another album review. It's been about a couple weeks since I last did an album review, and it's kind of funny that I'm doing an album review on a week that not a whole lot's really been going on. I know that the new Marilyn Manson album came out this past week, but I've never been a Manson fan, so I just kind of just avoided that. But there was one album and one band that actually kind of grabbed my attention because I liked how the album artwork looked and I kind of liked the name. So I'm going over the newest offering from Abyssal Rift with Relics of Great Ash. This is the second album from this Columbus artist called Ohio death metal act / death doom act. This is their second studio album overall that came out on Transcendent Obscurity Records. It comes out on the 14th of August of 2026, and it's being formed in Columbus, Ohio. It doesn't say what year they formed at, because it doesn't say anything on the archives, but I guess in some time in 2023, maybe 2021 or 22 maybe. Their first album, they came out in 23, but they might have formed earlier than that. I don't know. I don't really have the details on that, so just kind of bear with me here. But yeah, I saw that this is a death metal / death doom act, and I was a little curious how this one was going to be, because I love me some death metal, I love me some death doom, and yeah, I was very curious how this album was going to be, and I checked this bad boy out. And it's a relatively sort of a short album for a death doom album. It's a little over 35 minutes, which I thought was really interesting. So, not sure if I'll go into further detail with a whole lot of this, or in great detail. But we'll just see how this one goes. So, we'll start off with the opening track, Consummate Design. And right from the opening, there's no build-up, no atmosphere, just immediately right to the riff. And immediately I get a lot of incantation off of this song, and kind of get used to me saying that quite a bit, because incantations kind of splatter throughout this whole album, but more or less kind of like the earlier incantation sound. I would say that Onward to Golgotha / Mortal Throat of Nazarene sort of style that it is, that big like apocalyptic sounding riffs. But also you could buy it with just some nasty doomy stuff. But it's got a cool groove in it, which I really do like. And then we get to these haunting riffs on the bridge that I thought were really interesting. And they kind of bring in some more creepy atmosphere with like some like whispers, and get some like eerie acoustic licks towards the end of the song, which I really thought did I actually thought was really nice, or really kind of bring the whole vibe of this album. And then we get to the second track, which is the title track. Big, gross, nasty riffs. I swear to God, I thought the amps were leaking, or even oozing, for lack of a better word. Like, those were just some disgusting riffs. Again, more incantation vibes. I really do like the effects on the drums. It sounds like, it might sound like something off of a Game Boy, but I kind of like the way that the drums just sounded so huge. Creepy noises, but you get some blast beats, and you get more of those apocalyptic riffs. Sort of like some Morbid Angel kind of style to it, which I thought was really nice. And then we get the third track, The Enlightenment, There Was, Never Will. Killer drum work, and that's one of the big positives I have about this album. The drum work is superb. Like, this guy is going at Mach speed, but when he slows down, he slows down. Big lurching riffs. I like the start-stop kind of riff exchange that I thought was really nice. I always kind of like that in sometimes when it comes to death metal, but other times that when they do a start-stop, it does kind of get a little bit annoying, but when it's done right, it's really done right. Which I thought was really cool. Then we get to probably my favorite track on the entire album, The Death of God. Big riffs. Like, this thing is riff city, if you ask me. Nice like galloping rhythms I really do appreciate. Hellish lead melodies. Sour face riffs. Like, ooh, that is sour lemons in your ears. I like the accent symbols, especially on this song in particular. Again, the drummer is just absolutely insane. I love the fills that he has on this album as well. And even though with the space that they're working with, like there are even some songs that have like a lot of empty space, like the guy is still putting in a hell of a performance, especially when he's on the riot symbol in particular. But yeah, that's a hell of a song. I love The Death of God. And then we get to the penultimate song, Surrealistic Visions. Big immolation / Gorguts vibes. Tell me, if you were to ask me where in Immolation's career, I would say more of the earlier stuff because there's a little more of a technical flair to it. And with the Gorguts vibes, it's more or less the Erosion of Sanity. Again, those more kind of technical / dissonant riffs on that song in particular. Really cool stuff there. And then we get to a Sphere of Perpetuity. Slow, crawling riffs. Cool cymbal work. You get the immolation and incantation vibes off the album. There's like no words at all. It just growls and gurgles. That's all it is. But the one kind of knock I have with the song is that it abruptly ends. Like if it ended off on like a big creepy atmospheric note, I think it would have ended a little bit better if you ask me. Yeah, I thought that was a little bit odd. If you ask me, but it is what it is. So, yeah, that's the album, folks. More positives than negatives with this album. If I only have like maybe one gripe or two, they do tend to go back to the incantation style. Maybe one too many times. Maybe they kind of go back to that well a little bit much, but you still get some dynamics on this album that I thought were really cool. Like you get your immolation stuff, but you have your Gorguts vibes. You have a little bit of Morbid Angel thrown in there as well. But all in all, this is a good album. I really, really, really enjoy this one. The production's pretty nasty as well. Drum work is solid. Love the riffs. The vocals are nice and gross. There's no bass, but I mean it's Death Doom. Bass is not really existent when it comes to this type of style. Overall, good stuff. I really, really, really do enjoy this album. I'm going to give this 3 3/4. Not quite a 4-star, but we were somewhat there. If they would have probably differentiated a couple things a little bit more, then I think I would have given it 4. And plus the abrupt end on Sphere of Perpetuity, they knock it just a little bit, but in any sense, it's still a really damn good album. I really, really, really do enjoy this one here. So, folks, that's going to do it for this album review. What did you guys think about the new Abyssal Rift album? Let me know in the comment section below. Make sure you guys leave a like, leave a comment, tap that big red subscribe button, and tap the bell so when I upload, you guys will be notified. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Most importantly, join the herd. Talk to you in the next video. Peace out.